If the footage is authentic, that pretty well proves it. We've learned that aliens are visiting the Earth.
Daddy said they looked like a small 10-year-old child.
You could have the proof that this actually was an extraterrestrial craft.
I'm not seeing a liver over to the right. I'm seeing a mass that I cannot readily explain. And I have great difficulty in correlating this with any human body that I have seen.
In 1995, a London-based entrepreneur by the name of Ray Santilli shook the world when he released the infamous footage that we all know of today as the alien autopsy footage. The film was described by Ray as entirely authentic. It was said he received the video by a retired military cameraman who supposedly wanted to remain anonymous. The story behind what you see in this footage is apparently of an alien that was recovered from the 1947 crash of an unknown flying disc near Roswell, New Mexico.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection.
This is the Army Airfield in Roswell, New Mexico. During World War II, this was the base of the elite 509th Bomb Group. The Enola Gay that dropped the atomic bomb on Japan originated from here. The men and women who lived and worked here were used to keeping secrets. But in the summer of 1947, something definitely crashed just outside of town. And 48 years later, it remains a mystery.
Obviously, my first impression is, this can't be real.
The film became headline news everywhere when it was presented that same year as a segment on the TV show Fact or Fiction, hosted by Jonathan Frakes. Almost everyone believed the story surrounding this. The footage looked extremely authentic, and even experts were baffled by it. Special effects like this in 1995 were a lot harder to pull off, especially with the extensive use of practical makeup, once they begin the actual autopsy. The film is also very clear and up close from start to finish. Surely there's no way this could have been faked. Right?
What Santilli saw and eventually purchased were reels of black and white film showing an autopsy being performed on a strange humanoid being. The cameraman, who claims to have had a top military clearance, told Santilli that in 1947 he was flown urgently to Roswell, where he filmed the recovery of several of these beings, both alive and dead, as well as the autopsy of one of them.
He seemed a genuine enough person.
In 2006, 11 years on from this moment, Ray Santilli revealed something to the world. He admitted to the fact that the video was not actually from 1947, and that the alien we see was actually a dummy. However, he continued to claim that, although the footage we saw was fake, it is actually an exact recreation of very real footage he saw in '93 or '94. But within a year, the film had almost entirely deteriorated. With only a few frames left intact, Santilli decided to restore the footage frame by frame, by recreating it himself, with the help of a man named Spiros Malaris. This man here is the reason we know that this whole thing is just a hoax. Malaris was the real cameraman on this production. There was no anonymous military guy. It was actually filmed the same year it was released. It wasn't shot in Area 51, or any kind of alien lab. It was filmed in a flat in North London. A friend of Malaris, John Humphreys, was a sculptor who created the so-called alien in the video. It was built out of foam, with the inside being filled with cow and lamb organs that they got from the local butcher. Humphreys also performs as the surgeon in the video, with another friend playing the soldier, and Malaris's girlfriend at the time, playing the nurse. But what about Santilli's claims of the original destroyed footage? Well, Spiros Malaris has absolutely no recollection of seeing any real footage. and that there was no intention for this alien autopsy to be a recreation video. Just a trick for the public, which he had no idea would last as long as it did. So, who do you believe? Do you think there's any validity to what Santilli has said? Or do you reckon Malaris is telling the whole truth? What we do know for sure is, even though this video is definitely a fake, without a doubt, there are alien beings out there. And there's a very high chance that, one day, one or more, could show up on Earth. We just have to hope it's a friend.